Alrighty, just doing a little bit of farming. As you can see, I happened to open up a contract just before this. Still no luck on Historia, which is kind of unfortunate. So we're up to 89 kills, and oh, if I can click on the right name. Still no compost bucket, which is quite unfortunate. So still having to be just a normie and use the big compost bin mainly, and just kind of huff things around, get that volcanic ash and all that. But that's not the main reason I'm recording today. Today we did have a pretty nice update drop, some quality of life improvements around both farming, magic, and some other stuff. Mainly concerned with the first two there. So starting off with farming, since we're kind of already here doing that, one of the two changes which are pretty sweet are the leprechauns are now going to be kind of stationed a little bit closer. So I guess in certain instances, like over here, I believe the leprechaun wasn't really next to this patch in particular. However, he was more so on this side, and I believe the same up top, where he would be more so near the bank up the north, as opposed to on the edge of the actual patch itself. So now they've all been changed, and you can probably notice that I have my like actual farmers, I guess, highlighted, mainly because they would always roam around the place, which was super annoying. Especially the ones located around the Grand Tree. For whatever reason, bro, they just usually have camouflage on. Can't find them, so this was kind of my fix for that. With this new quality of life update, they are now stuck in a 3 diameter path. So pretty much they're always going to be in this little area and not really moving too much, which is pretty sweet. One of the other nice changes was actually kind of automating our plant slash watering process. So normally what I ended up doing is you'd have a whole bunch of actual filled pots in your inventory. I'd bring down whatever seed I had and basically just start spam clicking as normal like that. However, with the most recent change, now you can kind of set it and forget it, similar to a lot of the other kind of automated stuff. So that is just a nice thing to have. It's nothing too crazy. And then that's also going to carry over to watering. As long as you have watering cans filled, if you are using it, as you can see on all my magic ones, it will fill those until you either run out of watering cans or run out of pots, which happened to be the case here. So if I click on my mahogany, we'll see that go through. Now I can actually just come back to the barrel and continue on. So I know, especially for the watering can, it was extremely annoying. Just trying to be quote unquote quick with it. I know that the tick timing was a little annoying there. And of course, we all know as long as you're not playing RuneScape while playing RuneScape, then you're doing it right. Right. And the other main change that I would like to talk about is something that's near and dear to my heart, and that is autocasting. So if you've ever been in any Boston situation, and let's say you get hit, your stats fall down, or say you're brewing for some health, and now you actually don't have the required magic level to autocast whatever spell you're on, then you kind of get in a little panic situation where you're like, oh my god, I need to come back to my menu, actually click on the spell itself, re-autocast it, and then continue with my business, all while trying to dodge damage, potentially healing again, and all that comes with the chaos of combat. However, with the most recent patch, our autocast is now always going to persist, even if we don't have the actual runes or the level for it. So, for example, I mean, my magic's high enough that it doesn't really matter. I can actually cast all of these, but I don't have the runes for Fire Surge. But I can still come in here and select it. And similar to the normal, you just get a message saying that you don't have, the runes cast a spell. And the same is true, like once I actually have a spell, let's say I do have the runes for this one, I can go ahead and attack like normal. So nothing too crazy there, right? And then say I lose the runes for that, it's going to keep my spell auto, and then again, just same thing as before. Hey, you don't have enough runes for that. There are some just kind of normal exceptions to this. So whenever I, spell book swap, either via I'm assuming the spell within Lunar or actually using an altar like this, that our auto will actually be removed. So we can kind of verify that. If I went back to standard, obviously I shouldn't see anything there. And also, if you're in the wilderness, apparently, it will essentially cancel your autocast if you're swapping weapons. And speaking of magic changes in Arceus in particular, there actually was another small change thrown in to a couple enemies' defense levels, specifically demon enemies. So that include Krill, Scotizo, Demonic Gorillas, and Cerberus. They've had their magic defense reduced quite a bit, apparently because we're not using enough Demon Bane bells. This is kind of nice for me currently, just because I pretty much use magic as well as range whenever doing any demon stuff at this point. Now that I have the Scorching Bow for range, and then I'm still hunting for one more synapse. And currently, as I'm still going for, my second, third, fourth, etc. shard, and some of the other collection log slots for demonic gorillas, this has been a nice unexpected change. Outside of everything kind of mentioned, there are some additional changes around like the music, Castle Wars, which recently got a buff, but now they're going to try to combat, I think, some of the AFK ability and some of the bots, funny enough, that are just abusing that, as well as some Yama progress updates. I won't really cover any of that in this video. I'll go ahead and link that article down in the description if you want to peruse that. Without going into too many spoilers, I will be starting some more videos up in the near future. I'm thinking of doing some more guides, just some basic stuff that might help out more casual players like myself, but also just the Iron Man progress. So I have a whole bunch of clips kind of saved up. And at this point, if I don't do it, I'm just never going to do it. And I think it'd be kind of cool to have that progress in video form. With that said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you next time.